Welcome to this expert tutorial on FIRERPA, or Lambda. This is the most powerful Android robotic process automation framework, and we will show you how to actually use it. What is FIRERPA, or Lambda? It's an Android RPA and reverse engineering framework that runs on-device. It offers over 160 programmable APIs through a clean Python SDK. It bundles remote desktop, ADB, SSH, Frida, OCR, mitmproxy, and OpenVPN. It works on real phones, emulators, cloud phones, Redroid, and WSA, supporting Android 6.0 through 16 across ARM and x86. Why choose Lambda over Appium or UI Automator 2? It has zero external dependencies on device, only requiring root access. No USB cable is needed, as it works fully networked across LAN, VPN, or public IP. It is built for fleets, capable of managing over 500 scattered devices from one public server. It also includes reverse engineering features like Frida, IDA server, mitmproxy, and is exposed ready. People use Lambda for several things. They build mobile RPA bots to automate app workflows, perform security research using tools like Frida and mitmproxy, and collect data by scraping in-app content and using OCR. It is also used for QA automation, proxy fleets to route traffic through mobile IPs, and creating AI agents on mobile. The architecture is simple. Your Python code talks to the Lambda client, which is the Python SDK. The SDK communicates with the on-device Lambda service via gRPC over TCP. This architecture means no USB cable or vendor lock-in. One Python process can drive hundreds of devices over any network. Before you start, ensure you have a rooted Android device, at least 2 GB of RAM, and 1 GB of free storage. Magisk hide should be OFF, with no frida-server or exposed modules active. You'll need Python 3.6 to 3.10 on your host, preferably 3.9. The device and host should be on the same network or configured for remote access with FRP. You'll also need a working and authorized ADB for the initial installation. The first step is to install the Python client on your host machine. Run the pip3 install command for Lambda. If you need the built-in Frida tooling, include full during installation. A sanity check can be performed by running Python 3-m lambda.client. Next, install the on-device server. Download the correct architecture package from GitHub releases. First, check your device architecture using ADB shell. Then, push the installer script to the device. Enter the device shell as root and run the installer. Finally, clean up the installer file. To confirm the service is live, use curl to check the server's IP address and port 65000. A successful connection will show confirmation messages for the Lambda service, remote desktop, Frida, internal ADB, and the cron tab scheduler. If you see a black screen or loading spinner initially, rebooting the device is the expected solution. Now, let's connect from Python. The "device" class is the single entry point. Start by importing "device" and creating an instance using your device's IP address. You can warm up by making the phone beep. Then, print the device information to confirm the connection is working. A successful connection will execute the Python script, causing the phone to beep once. The terminal output will display detailed device information, confirming that the connection to the Lambda service is active and the 160 APIs are available. Every RPA script is built on basic UI primitives like tap, swipe, and type. The code shows how to wake the screen, tap a coordinate using "device.click", and swipe between points. You can also press physical keys and take a screenshot to verify the device state. It is best practice to click elements by ID rather than coordinates, as selectors are more stable across different screens and OS updates. You can find elements by resource ID, visible text, or description, and combine filters for precision. Use "element.exists" to guard against missing elements. Here is an example of a real login flow, which represents most RPA jobs. The script opens an application, waits for the login screen, fills in the username and password fields, and clicks the login button. Success is confirmed by waiting for an element on the home screen to appear. Lambda allows you to manage apps, permissions, and device state without using the settings UI. You can check if an app is installed, reset its data, grant runtime permissions, launch it, check its foreground status, and stop it cleanly, all programmatically. Lambda allows you to pipe device traffic through mitmproxy for debugging or API reverse engineering. The script shown first installs the mitmproxy CA certificate as a system trust root. Then, it sets up a gproxy profile to route all TCP traffic through mitmproxy, enabling HTTPS traffic decryption. Lambda ships with frida15.x built in, eliminating the need to install a separate frida-server. You can use Frida directly from the device object or use the Frida CLI with a host pointing to Lambda. You can also expose a custom hook as an HTTP RPC endpoint. Lambda is a full remote Linux-style toolkit, not just a UI driver. It can run short shell commands and inspect the result, execute long-running jobs in the background, pull files off the device, and push files onto the device. You can even schedule tasks via crontab over SSH or remote desktop. To scale out, you can drive a fleet of devices in parallel using a ThreadPool executor. The example code defines a job function that takes an IP, performs UI actions, and saves a screenshot. The ThreadPool executor then maps this job across a list of device IPs for parallel execution. For security, avoid convenient but dangerous practices like running Lambda without a PEEM certificate or exposing services directly to a public IP. The recommended production setup involves always using a certificate, exposing only via OpenVPN or FRP on localhost, regularly rotating the password, and running on dedicated automation devices with a firewall. Avoid common pitfalls that waste time. Do not run frida-server separately, as Lambda has it built in. Use compatible stock ROMs. Ensure you reboot after flashing the Magisk module, and use selectors instead of coordinates. Also, Lambda is designed to run 24/7, so avoid constant starting and stopping of the service. The Lambda repo includes several helpful tools. /tools/global mitm provides a one-command mitmproxy setup. /tools/cert.sh generates PEEM certificates. /tools/frp offers a Docker image for FRPS. /tools/openvpn provides an OpenVPN server Docker setup. /tools/fridarpc.py exposes frida-rpc.exports as HTTP endpoints. Finally, /tools/sox5 provides an out-of-the-box SOCKS5 server. To recap the mental model, root your device, install the service, install the client, connect, drive the UI with selectors, layer on reversing tools as needed, and scale using a ThreadPool. Remember, Lambda is a kit, so use only the parts you need. Use Lambda when you need RPA and reverse engineering on a rooted Android fleet, desire a single Python API, require mobile IP rotation, or need low-latency driving of a real phone. Look elsewhere if you cannot root the device, need iOS automation, or only require basic Appium features.